this time. The fire was a fire. Like you heard cable boxes, boo, boo, windows, boo, boo. Big fire. They put a big hole in the ceiling. Like, it's not a little fire no more. This
I've been played, been betrayed to take a toll on you. Some stay the same, most change, others fall on you. I'ma give a heart bigger, and it beat a little different. I forgive and don't forget it, right?
Hello, so this is gonna be a story time about how I set the house on fire. But before I get into the story, I'm going to say this, that I do live close to the airport, so you're gonna hear planes flying. You're gonna hear planes flying. Maybe you might hear the door opening up, the neighbors opening up the back gate. But I'm gonna tell you now, because I want to hear in the comment like, what the hell is that? The airplanes or the neighbors opening up the gate. So this is gonna be the story time again of how I set the house on fire. Yeah, so let me make sure the mic is on. I have a feeling that I didn't turn the mic on. Okay, I did. Because I be doing, you don't know how many times I had to sit down to record this video. I have to keep looking to make sure that it's recorded, because my camera is set at a timer, and after a certain time it just cuts off. So you will see me periodically looking down to make sure it's still recording. But I just sat down and record this video a couple times, and that's what happened. I've been talking and nothing was recording. So I was in the 7th grade and I was going to Audubon. My home school was 2 minutes away. Where I was living at was 92nd in Vermont. It was a school, it's a school like walking distance. But I didn't go to that school. I went to Audubon. My mom wanted to keep me in my same school that I was going to before we moved over there. So, yeah. So I would catch the bus to school. A couple times I caught the bus, or my mom's boyfriend, we'll call him Doublet. He would take me to school and he would drop me off. I feel like I need to move over some. There. He would drop me off to school. I feel like now, y'all here, we here. So he would drop me off to school, and yeah, my mom worked in North Hollywood. So he would drop my mom off to work at CVS in North Hollywood. Then he would, there go an airplane. He would come back and he would drop me and his son, we're gonna call his son DJ off to school. He would pick me up, then he would go to his grandma's house to get DJ, because that's where DJ lived, and he would take us to school. Well, this morning something happened to the car, and Doublet was running late, and I was already dressed, so I was ready. So I called my mom. I'm like, what's going on? Doublet not here, blase. What am I supposed to do? Because you didn't leave me no bus money. She was like, you gonna have to stay home from school, honey. Because ain't nothing we could do at this point, because I guess the car was having car trouble. I want to say it was flat tire or something. Something happened to where he couldn't take me to school. So his son ended up going to school, but I didn't. And it was the worst mistake ever. My mama should have been like, call your dad, have your dad take you to school, don't stay home. Like, hindsight 2020, if we know what we know now, I bet you she would have been like, go to school. But so I stayed home. Not even 2 hours later, it happened. Like, let me tell you that. It wasn't even that long that I was home. So I decided, oh, we had some chicken wings. I'm gonna eat them chicken wings we had last night. So I go warm them up. My mama had a rule. There was no eating in the living room or bedrooms. Nowhere besides the kitchen was you allowed to eat, period. We weren't even allowed in the living room. Like, it was a TV in the living room, but it was not to be plugged up. It was just to sit there. Wasn't to be plugged up, not by us. So she Hold on. Sorry about that. She didn't like us in her living room. Period. So I decided I'm gonna eat these chicken wings because I want to watch TV, but I'm not gonna eat them in my room. I got a bright idea, like, bam, I'm gonna eat them in her room. TV bigger anyway, I want to eat them in her room. So I eat them in her room, and I'm like, dang, now it smell like chicken wings in here. Throughout the whole house, it smell like chicken. I was like, let me spray some Airwick, and I sprayed the Airwick, and I'm like, dang, it still smells like chicken in here. So we had these windows that you do like this, and it would open out. So I do the window, and I open it all the way out. And it was a pretty windy day. It was a pretty windy day. So I open the window all the way out, and then I'm thinking like the air, I open the front door, like the air coming through is going to like circulate. Because my mom got a strong nose, period. Period. She got a strong nose. So I was like, the air going to air it out. By the time she get home, it should air out. But then I come up with a better idea than that idea. Because I'm always thinking of stuff. You know, always thinking. Not thinking them all the way through, but I be halfway thinking. So I'm like, I'm gonna light an incense. I wish I would have stuck to the airing it out with the natural air and the wind and all that, and probably that would have been fine. But no, the incense came into my mind. Let me light this incense. So I light the incense. And I stick it in the windowsill, which it was windy. I stick it in the windowsill and I walk out. I go to my room. And some say go to the bathroom. I go to the bathroom and it looked like somebody smoking a cigarette in my mama's room. It's not too bad to where the smoke detectors is going off, but it looked like somebody smoking a cigarette in my mama's room. And I know, guess what? Doublet ain't here. Doublet smoke, but he don't smoke cigarettes in the house because my mom don't like that. So I'm like, what the hell? I go in the room, and by the skirt of the bed, it's on fire. But it was on fire. It was enough to where I could have put something on it and smothered it like water and smoked the fire. Hold on. But panic ensued in me, and then I was just like, oh, shocked. Oh my God, what am I gonna do? And then, excuse me, that moment of what am I gonna do turned into moments of, oh my God, it's on fire. So I'm just standing there, just looking at it, like watching it burn. Like, you know how when you be like, oh, if this happened, I was to do this and I was to do that. No, I already know what type of person I am. I'm gonna stand there, scream, and do nothing, because that's what I do. When panic ensues, I'm gonna, that's what I'm gonna do. So, I'm like, oh, let me call my auntie Erica, because she lived down the hall, and maybe she don't know what to do. Which I shouldn't have went to go get Erica, because Erica panicked more than I do. I remember one time my cousin, he was thawing out some, I want to say it was bacon, and he left the water running, and the water overflowed. This is just a story of how much Erica panicked. And water overflowed, and then Erica decided to plug in the vacuum and start vacuuming up the water. So I don't know what the hell I thought Erica was going to do with this fire, like, period. So I knew my cousin wasn't home because he was at school, because everybody else went to school. So we called my cousin John. John wasn't there. John was at school. So I go knock on Erica's door because she lived down the hall. I walk to the door, bang, 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 but I'm knocking hard because I'm nervous. So I'm banging. She didn't answer. I run back to my house, and now I done looked, the box spring done caught on fire. That's a whole nother story. Like, it's a fire now. The smoke detector is going off, and I'm doing a smoke detector like this because I don't want it to make the noise, because it's making me more, making me panic even more. So then I go back to Erica's house. Bang, 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 bang. She not opening the door. I run back to the fire. Then I grab the house phone, but didn't call nobody. Didn't say. I should have called 911. But I didn't. That's the first thing they teach you, like, it's a fire, call 911. I didn't. I was nervous. I was thinking about the whooping I was gonna get. Let's be honest. I was like, your mom's gonna beat you. You set the house on fire with an incense. Like, you about to get a whooping. This is about to be the whooping of all whoopings. So I go back and knock on the Erica door. And I run to the house, check on the fire. And it's a big fire at this point. And I'm knocking. And so, like, my fourth or fifth knock, my uncle, we're gonna call him Timothy. Timothy lived with us. Timothy was supposed to be at home when I was at home there, but he was at Erica's house because he was with his wife. We're gonna call her London. He was with London, okay? And London was pregnant. So I don't know why they wasn't at our house, but they wasn't at our house. Because if they was, this wouldn't have happened. Because he would have told me when I was going to go eat the chicken wings in my mama's room, you know you ain't supposed to be up in there with that. Let me call her. And I would have got in trouble then and there. That would have been the end of it. But they was over there. I don't know why. But, so Timothy opened the door. He like, what? You made me think it was the goddamn police banging like that. I didn't want to open the door. At first, I had to look out. So I came to open the door. What's going on? I'm like, I set the house on fire. Uncle Timothy, I set the house on fire. Please help me, help me, help me, help me. He like, what? So he grabbed the phone from me. He like, did you call 911? Yeah. I'm like, no, I'm scared. And so he like, give me the phone. He called 911. He tell him like, we on 92nd and Vermont. It's the apartment upstairs. My niece done set the house on. No, he said, he don't say my niece. He say the house is on fire. He didn't say my niece. So we go inside. He look at the fire. My mama had a big old gumbo pot on the stove. He grabbed that. He filled that up halfway. But let me tell you about my Uncle Timothy. Uncle Timothy like this. He like a little toothpick. He's scrawny. He probably 120 at the time. I weigh more than Uncle Timothy at this time, okay? Uncle Timothy like this. A popsicle stick. What the hell? He grabbed this big old pot. No, I'm not even kidding you. It's like this big. Like, and it's wide. Like, he grabbed that pot. He filled it up with water. And so he walking with it. And then London behind him. He like, get your ass out this house. The house on fire. You can't be here if you're pregnant. I was going to say something, but I'm not. So he grabbed it. And he walking with it. And he go to pour it up like this onto the fire. But he's so skinny and scrawny. Maybe if I would have grabbed one end and he would have grabbed one end, that would have been the end of the fire. But I was just watching him because that's what I'm doing. I'm just watching, like, I'm in the twilight zone. Like, what the hell did you do? So he grabs it and he lifts it up and he throws the pot and the water don't go nowhere on the fire. The water just goes up like, so that he like, look, the house is on fire. Let me call your mom. Calls my mom. He tells her like, hey, the house on fire. The fire department is coming, but you should be good. So he like, let's get our stuff, because his stuff was in my room because we shared a room. Let's get our stuff out and let's go and let's get our stuff. We're not thinking because the fire in my mama's room, we should get my mama's stuff out. We thinking the fire department gonna come, they're gonna put the fire out. I don't even know why we thought to get our stuff out. Maybe that's the selfish Leo in us. But we didn't think to get her stuff out. We thought, let's get our stuff out. Let's get out of here. So we start taking our stuff, throwing it downstairs. Doom, doom, doom. Running back and forth, throwing it back and forth before the fire department comes. Because we know once the fire department comes, we got to get out. And that fire was pretty bad. The fire department finally show up. I called my dad to tell my dad, like, I set the house on fire. I know Doublet about to come here for me, because I know my mama gonna send Doublet to find out what happened. So he like, okay, I'm gonna come and get you. So my uncle and me, we standing downstairs. He hugging me from behind and he talking to me. He talking to me in Creole and he telling me like, he like, yeah, you know what, I did probably run. He like, if I get caught up basically because of you, I'll fuck you up. Because he was on the run at the time. He shouldn't have even been there because he was on house arrest. He cut off his house arrest monitor. Came back to the same house that he cut off his house arrest monitor. The police never thought to look there. They didn't think he would be that dumb to come back. or smart I should say. I don't know which one. But he like, look, if I get caught up because of you, I'm gonna beat your ass. He like, look, when they come, I'm not your uncle. I'm your older brother. And my name not Timothy. It's Derek. Cool. Bam. So he tell me that, and he like, you about to get in trouble, Nene. Cause that's what he called me. He like, no, he called me Fatty. He was like, Fatty, you about to get in trouble. He like, oh, Fatty, you about to be in so much trouble. He like, your mama about to beat you. As soon as he said that, car come around the back, cause there's a driveway. They come up like this, and park. It's Doublet, and so Doublet get out. He like, what the hell? Cause at this time, let me tell you what happened. This time, the fire was a firefighter. Like you heard cable boxes, boo, boo, windows, boo, boo. Big fire. They put a big hole in the ceiling. Like, it's not a little fire no more. This little incense, the thing like this big. Let me see. Incense like this. Set up a big fire. But you know why? Because I opened that damn window and it was air coming in. It was air coming in to fan out the fire. And it was a mattress. Mattresses is flammable. So he like, what the hell happened, Shanae? And so then I'm like, Doublet, I set the house on fire with incense. Like, and he like, your mama? I'm about to call your mama and tell your mom. So he calls my mom and tells my mom. And so my mom like, put her on the phone. Like that. So she like, I'ma beat your motherfucking ass. Like, Doublet about to bring you up here. She was like, I'm about to beat your ass. Doublet about to bring you up here. And I am gonna beat you. She tell him to get a belt. So he go up, he grab a belt from out the pile of my uncle's stuff. He like, can I get this? And my uncle like, yeah. Like, what can I say? Like, he like, I can't say you, Nate. He like, I told you. And so he like, come on. As soon as he say, come on and get in the truck, my dad pull up. I see him across the street at the laundromat. Because it was on the corner of 92nd and Vermont. Like, the first apartment, that was the apartment. Like, so I see my dad, and I'm like, Dad, like that. And he like, he come across the street, and he like, oh, God. He like, sorry, I got a text message. He like, that just threw me all the way off. Oh, he like, what you think you about to do with that belt when you get across the street to Doublet? He like, you're not about to hit my daughter with that. I hope you know that. He was like, no, her mama want this and he want her. And she was like, I'm sorry, the text message really threw me off. He like, I can't right now, hold on. He like, no, this for her mama to whoop her. I ain't about to whoop her. He was like, oh, okay, I'm just letting you know this is my daughter. And so then I'm like, I'm going with my dad. And Doublet like, no, your mama said you gotta come and you going to CVS. You going to her job. And then my dad was like, no, she coming with me. He was like, y'all not about to hit on my daughter. Period. Okay, she set the house on fire, but what was she doing to set the house on fire? Why was she not at school? That's the main question. Why she wasn't at school? So my dad trying to like protect me or whatever, because he already know how his baby mama is. And so he already know. So my dad come with his friend. Rest in peace to his friend. He already passed away. His name was Mike. So Mike come, and Mike like, oh my God, like, what did you do? Oh, your mama gonna get you. My dad like, no, she not, because she going with me. So then I give my uncle a hug, and I go stand next to my dad. And my dad was like, so what you gonna do? I said, we're gonna wait until my uncle leave, and then I'm gonna leave. So we waited until the fire got put out. And then we went inside and checked out what was left. When we walked inside, it was wet. Like, we got to go in like 40 minutes after they put out the fire. Yeah, I want to say 40 minutes after they put out the fire. It was wet inside. It was still hot. It was soot all over the place. Oh, I left out this part. When the fire department was cleaning out everything, like, the house could fit in my mama's bedroom, could fit in the kitchen sink. That's how small, that's how bad the fire was. But not only that, when it was clearing out everything, they stole my mama's sodas. She had a closet, because she had a closet when you walk in. Boom. As soon as you walk in, it was a little, you know, like a linen closet. excuse me. She had a linen closet, and it had sodas in it. All the way to the top, all the way to the bottom, full with sodas. They took those sodas. And so she was, we were just like astonished. Like, we walked inside, and then I looked the same. There was debris on top of the coffee table as soon as you walked in. Everything was wet. I'm trying to remember, like, it was soot everywhere. We walked in my room, and my textbooks was on the floor, and it was soot all over. My uncle was like, "You might as well not even take that, cause you can't work with that. It's gonna smell like smoke." I grabbed my backpack, and I grabbed the rest of my clothes that was in my room, and I go and look at my mom's room, and it's not even a room no more. It's just, you can see outside, basically. You can see outside. Outside could see us. And so then I'm like, dang, I gotta go, because my dad, he gotta go back to work because he was doing construction. He like, okay. He was like, call me, okay, later on. I'm like, all right, uncle. And so he like, I give my uncle a hug, and I go with my dad. You know that, like, he's still talking crazy. He's still trying to be greasy. Like, my dad, I already know, like, my dad not gonna let him do nothing to me, so I don't care at that point. I skip across the street with my dad, and I leave. Poop. Like, and I want to say, like, that day changed our lives. Like, we were homeless for a whole year. We moved back into that place, but when we moved back, my mama was so strict on me. I was not allowed to be left alone in the house. I was not allowed to use the microwave. When I was able to be left alone, like, I had to slowly get the trust back. Like, I wouldn't go. We don't have incense in the house to this day. And you know, my mom, she got charged for that apartment. Like, she got charged $60,000 for me setting that apartment on fire. I believe it was. They put new mailboxes in, stuff that wasn't even damaged. Got fixed new railings. Like, she upgraded, that lady upgraded her apartment on my mama back. And I felt bad for the people that lived downstairs, because all their stuff was ruined. And if they didn't have renter's insurance, I am sorry. She like, she like, I felt bad for the people. They didn't even really like us downstairs. That we had started getting into it with them, but the people downstairs, they lost all their stuff too in the fire. But my mom had to pay for everything. They put new mailboxes, new light fixtures outside. When we moved back into that apartment, it was redone. Like, it was done up. Yeah, so I could do a story time. Story time 2 would be like us moving back in, being homeless, having to, I lived with my dad. Until we moved back in there. But after that, like that'll probably be my second story time. If y'all want to hear about that, like, going back and how it was. Like, it was different going back. It was different once we moved back in there. It was. We was gone there for, I want to say it was a year we was gone. Maybe 6 months, and it felt like a year. I was staying with my dad though. But staying with my dad was different than staying with my mom, because my dad, he was living with someone. It wasn't his place. And so, yeah, that would be another story time. Like, my life would like boop, boop. Like, I didn't see my mom that whole time. Yeah, it was like 6 months. I want to say it was 6 or 7 months we wasn't in that place. Yeah. It was crazy.